one of the country's biggest dams, marking 100 years of existence today. The Hartbeespoort Dam, located in the Northwest Province, also boasts an integrated water supply. Now, the Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu will lead the centenary celebrations this morning, and that's where we find Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba, who is there for us. Ziniko, good morning to you. So, a bit of history into the Hartbeespoort Dam. What can you tell us about it?
Well, clearly, it's one of the most iconic, infrastructure projects we have here in South Africa. As you said, that Minister Senzo Mchunu will be unveiling the centenary celebrations this morning and leading those as well. Remember that this particular dam is celebrating 100 years since it was founded. It is in the Northwest Province, and of course, if you are a Joburger, you'll find it on your northwesterly direction, and of course, if you are from Pretoria, it will be on your western side. So basically, it's on the border between Gauteng and the Northwest Province. That's where you find this particular iconic dam. It's as big, a very, very big in terms of its size. Where we are right now, we are at the wall of this particular dam, and of course at about 10 kilometers away from where we are, that's where you still find the wall stretching southwards towards the southerly direction. So let's step out of shot so that will give you an overview of this particular dam, how it looks in terms of where we are. So as I said earlier on, we are at the actual Hartbeespoort Dam wall. That's where you find us. But it's a dam that has been having its own challenges in terms of its upkeep, but also the cleanness of the water. As you can see there on your visual, you've got what we call green algae, which at some point, a few months ago had filled the entire dam, and authorities and water management bodies had tried very hard to ensure that they clear as much algae as possible. But that's not the conversation we're having today. We're talking about the history of this particular dam. It was founded on a farm of one farmer back in the 1800s. That's where the idea came about, from a farmer called Mr. Skuman, who was residing on this farm. He decided that he needs to have some form of a dam so that the people in the surrounding areas can be able to use it for various reasons, whether it's for farming, whether it's for infrastructure, whether it's for day-to-day basis, especially by those who are residing on this farm. That's where the idea came about, and obviously over several attempts, he was failing to get it off the ground due to infrastructure. But eventually, in about 1905, that's where the actual construction took place, and as we're saying today, this particular construction site being completed and celebrating 100 years. So Minister Senzo Mchunu, who's responsible for the water and sanitation portfolio here in South Africa, will be launching that centenary celebration. We're expecting him to arrive as soon as possible. We are scheduled to come through at about 9:15. So that tells you that he's likely to arrive any moment from now on. So that's the situation here. We'll also at some point get on that boat cruise, so that will give you an overview and a broader picture, and that will also elaborate and talk to the issue of an integrated water system. Because as you said, it supplies water to various communities, but it also has a high pop activities for those who want to have some leisure moments here during using this particular facility. But between me and you, it talks about the quality of infrastructure, which was built back in the 19th century, still existing now. You don't see any signs of decay. You don't see any signs or any moments or any points of this particular infrastructure which you would think that maybe it might need to be revamped. It's still standing as strong as it was built in 1905. So maybe that's the conversation we also have with the Minister of Water and Sanitation in terms of what lessons are they taking from this project, and why is it difficult to have this sort of project in terms of the quality of infrastructure in all the water infrastructure projects we are having in this country. Because remember that when we have these water shedding moments in South Africa, it is something that comes out on and on again, is the issue of infrastructure. So we're waiting for the ministers to come through so that he officially kicks off this centenary celebration, and of course we'll give you the update as soon as those start unfolding.
Ziniko Mhlaba live for us at the Hartbeespoort Dam. This is in the Northwest Province, which is turning 100 years today. Thank you very much for that update. Still to